Hi, Gemini. It's me, your girl, the Kinky Witch, and I'm coming through with your Midheaven career reading for March 2024. This reading will be for anyone with Gemini placements in their 10th house, which is their Midheaven. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, please. Right? Let's get this message out there and let's keep you in tuned and informed, right? Now, also, please follow me on my other social media platforms. I am on TikTok and Instagram as the Kinky Witch _ tees, right? Now, if you don't know what your midheaven is or where to find your midheaven, I will be pinning a video in the description for this one that will bring you to a reading that I did that walks you through how to find your birth chart, right? I give you a website that's easy to use, how to interpret your birth chart as well, right? So go check that out and it will help you to see, okay, where's your midheaven, where's your ascendant, sun, moon, rising. Your rising is your ascendant. So if you want to know more about your birth chart, right, I have that video for you. Okay, guys, let's get into the energies of the reading. Geminis. I am a Gemini sun, so gang, I will be listening, right? So please also feel free to listen to see if any messages come out here that relates to your sun, moon, rising, and descendant sign, right? We must know what 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 was rising, what zodiac sign was rising at the time we were born, right? Everybody pays attention to their rising sign. So why not pay attention to the sign that was setting, that was descending the day when you were being born? That's important too, right? It's like your north node and your south node. Everybody's like, oh, my north node, my north node. Yeah, but where are you coming from? What's your south node telling you? Are you paying attention to those lessons so you can keep moving forward? Right? So pay attention to those things, guys. That's going to be my spiritual tip for you. We're going to use the Gateway of Light Oracle Activation deck. Divine Mother, Father, God, angels, ancestors, and guides, I ask that you allow me to see and say all that I must. This message is for people with their Gemini placements in their midheaven, their 10th house. What is your message for their career for March 2024? What do you need them to know? What do you need them to pay attention to? All right. You know, with the quickness Spirit speaks in this house, and we love it. All right. All right, Gemini. Honestly, I feel like whatever is coming is going to be absolutely beautiful, So we haven't been, like, say, in a negative slump in our careers, Gemini. But if your midheaven is in Gemini, right? How can you best position yourself using this energy? Okay. And Spirit says, halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. You have been going through a learning phase. That's why I said it hasn't been stagnant. It hasn't been, it's just you've been in the liminal space, Gemini. And I think in one of your midheaven readings last month, it also said the same thing. So March, you will be getting more spiritual information. You'll be getting more information from the divine, right? you'll be connecting more. Like, so the lessons in spirit and the lessons on earth will be one, is what I am getting, right? You're going to, your guides will be directly connecting to you, guiding you. Like, it's going to be clear as day. Confirmations, you'll be getting confirmations on things that you've been knowing is happening around you at work, right? Without you being a part of whatever that was or that is. But there's a lesson being learned. And from when I say that, what they're saying is it's the end of a lesson and it's all coming together for you, Gemini. So there's a great lesson that it's come to its that has capitulated, that has come to an end. But this is a learning lesson. Take notes. Take notes, take detailed notes, take great notes, pay attention, right? Whatever is happening in your career in March, pay attention, Gemini. The next card you have, Gemini, is Soul Star Activation. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Absolutely, Gemini, with especially with the halls of learning coming through. This lesson, this final lesson that has been learned, that has come to its end, right, is awakening your soul star. You are activating, okay? And the great Horus is coming through to tell you that this is a high honor. You are moving up and you're ascending, right? You are, I say this because I wanted to stress this for everyone, because where this is, I see where this is going. March for you, Gemini, is going to be spiritual. And it's in spirit and in physical. But you have to understand that it's the spiritual that's going to be banging. And you're going to see it in the physical. Is what I'm being shown, right? So remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I always say this, I can see through my eyes, but what is the driving force looking through this eye? This body is a machine. This body is a tool. The soul, the spirit that lives within this, lives within spirit. That's why sleep is important. So get sleep. All right. That's why watering and fueling the body is important. What are you putting in your engine? Is it a hybrid engine? Did you have to go get the engine remodeled, right? So now that the great lesson or a great lesson or a couple great lessons, I ain't gonna lie to you, Gemini. March may be a time where you're just like, wow, wow, wow. And depending on what the lesson is, you're gonna be like, wow, wow, wow. Okay? The tarot will clarify the kind of wow it's gonna be had. But understand that this is being done in spirit. So there's nothing to fear, right? Literally, fear is a drug that we crave. So when we tap into it and the crazy chemical reaction it gives us, that's what we crave. So release fear. Let's embrace the possibility of what is new. Let's embrace the possibility of what is to come and what is coming. Because what spirit is saying here is that a great contract is being fulfilled. A great soul contract. You've learned a distinct lesson that in March is moving the wheel forward. Right? This is an activation. You'll be remembering who you are and why you're here, and you're going to be different. because you're going to be on a whole other level. And people may or may not understand that, but that is them. That's on them. Okay? Gemini. And this may even play out in your work where it may no longer be satisfactory if you're not in a good place. If you're in a great place, if they may see a shift and an evolution in how you work and what you do. And in that shift and in that evolution, they see you and they say, this is someone we need to move up. This is a manager. This is someone who can steer the ship. Okay, you're being called to awaken, and you're being called to be awakened to a leader. So I love this because the soul star came out, which is the above your crown. Okay, your soul star is above your crown. Like, and that's why I say this is a spiritual lesson. The being within you is learning a great lesson and on a spiritual level, Gemini, and that is being transitioned into your physical. All right. Earth star activation. Now, this is the sole of your feet. So this is where I remember I said spiritual and physical, and this is what this card is. This card is the physical, while the soul star is the spiritual. This card is the physical. And I love when spirit talks, because when you see spirit move, if you don't know, you need to learn. Do you know when spirit walks into the room? When you're somewhere, it doesn't have to be chaotic or anything. You're just sitting somewhere and spirit walks in. Do you feel the energetic shift when the divine walks in? When your guide walks in, when your angel walks in, when your ancestor walks in. This is it. This, you're about to be in a time where you can't no longer say I don't. You're going to be feeling it. Ground yourself, and this is why soul star came through. Sorry, this is why earth star came through, right? Anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. If you know Isis, you know her story. She was the anchor for Asor. She was the anchor. Sorry. I call her Aset. He is Asor. So Aset is the anchor for Asor. Isis anchored Osiris to earth after he was dismembered and killed by his brothers, Set. But the thing is, these godly beings, earthly beings that have ascended soul-wise, spiritually, right? It's greater than just removing the corporeal body. So Isis acted as an anchor, his ankh, or this is a deep grounding you're being called to do, Gemini, in the month of March. Meditation, grounding, meditation, grounding. Can you go outside? Can you walk barefoot in the dirt wherever you are? If it's cold, what do you have? Do you have a cast iron skillet? Do you have a earth based crystal? Do you have rocks from the outside? Do you have a plant? Sit down with that plant between your legs and put your hand in the soil. Ground yourself when you feel tethered and you're being pulled everywhere in the ether. Because you need to be grounded for the actions that you need to take in March. March is about you. The best way for me to say this is when you are whole, your actions are viewed as like, this is someone who's sure, confident, certain. This is someone who knows who they are, what they stand for, what they want, how they do it, what they're going to get. This is a surety. You will be moving with that assured stance, that confident stance, right? This is a physical shift in your energy. So the physical has to move how the spiritual is, because the input, the data that the spirit is inputting into the physical being, you're not the same anymore. So you'll be moving with an assurity, but you have to make sure you're grounding yourself, because you can be like, as a Gemini, you could be up there in ethers, just. So ground yourself, whatever that grounding technique, whatever that grounding practice it, please use it. Right? This energy is giving me, you're gonna secure something, Gemini. All right, if you get a promotion, Gemini, congrats. Because you're walking like a boss is the energy I'm getting. This spiritual lesson you learned got you on a whole nother level. It's a trip, and enjoy the ride, Gemini. Walk in that boss energy. Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Yes, it's like you get it. 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 Right? The girls who get it. And the ones who don't. This is an ascension. You're going through an ascension in March, and you're gonna have to be this and that. You will have to be both. You will have to, you're physically and spiritually going through this ascension, and you have to show up in both spaces. That's why Spirit is saying, ground up. Right? You will be, and the Lemurians, you know the Lemurians are light-bodied energetic beings who focus so much on their light-bodiedness and their spiritual essence that they didn't learn the lessons of being in this human corporeal form. Right? There will be a lot of Lumerian seeds waking up in March. There will be a great activation of the air signs in March. All right, Gemini, you're the first air sign I'm doing, and I feel like the air signs, because the age of Aquarius is an air age. It's an age. You know what they're giving me? Oh my Lord, I love you, God. I love you in every which way. The airbender. Aquarius. And I'm delivering this message in Gemini because you're air sign. But air signs are the house of Aquarius, the house of Gemini, and the house of Libra. And whereas each tribe may practice airbending differently, Spirit is saying, where the avatar is being born in the house of Aquarius, it is being activated in the house of Aquarius. That avatar must learn the ways of the Gemini and the ways of Libra. So air signs are being woken up and being activated. And Gemini, you are a part of that. All right. That's 19 minutes. All right, let us get into the tarot. That may be a reading I need to do separately. There's been a message coming through the download, and I think this is it. And I think I need to do a separate Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius reading. So with the halls of learning, right? This is the moon card. And spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons, right? And so with the moon card, you see this angel sitting here with leviathans crawling out the ocean, right? Just now, remember the traditional moon card. If this will just do what I needed to do. Where the traditional moon card, right? You have the dog and the wolf howling at the moon, right? Or the wolf howling at the moon and the dog here chained. And you have the crab or the lobster crawling up out the water. Leviathan is that. It is that which you do not know. It is that which you do not know and you spiritually seek to understand, is what Spirit just said. Right? It's the halls of learning, confirmation, great lessons, the things you didn't know. And I think I said it when I first got this card. There are things happening around you, and Leviathan lets me know there are big changes about to happen, right, around you. Big changes. This is now, guys. This is Midheaven spirits, like tie it up, Cola, tie it back in. Midheaven career. So what do you do for work? I don't care if you're a politician, if you're a singer, actor, public servant, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is you do, your profession, your career. There are things that you were unaware of happening simultaneously in the background that in March are coming out and coming forward. There's a great change happening, Gemini, and you're a part of it, right? Now, let's not get it twisted. There's some Geminis out there that aren't moving right. So this lesson applies for you too in your career, because Spirit says this is a great lesson. And remember, I was saying it's going to either be a ooh or a oh, right? So some of you is getting the ooh la la, some of you is getting goddamn. Let's be real. Yeah? Not every Gemini's the same. Let's be real. You got some Geminis out there that were like, ooh, who invited Gemini to the party? I thought we said we won't party with no more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, child. Yeah, Spirit had me watch that one. Right? So, so this great lesson, it's a, oh, Lord Jesus, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. Yeah, Gemini, yours is going to be a long reading. So we have the Queen of Wands coming out, Gemini. So this tells me that you've been putting action into something, right? And so Gemini is the Queen of Wands. She's also our spicy queen, right? She's not afraid to use magic in her works. So whatever this is, Gemini, you've been moving with intent. You've been using your power with intent. Now, the 3 of Cups is coming out. Excuse me. The 3 of Cups is coming out. This is telling me some of you Geminis will be celebrating, and Spirit is ushering this celebration, right? This is you. This is somebody you don't like at the job being gone, and you're like, it happens. You're like, oh, it happened. Peace, freedom, right? That's what I'm getting for you. And some of you, it's about to hit you in the wallet. And I ain't gonna lie, people, right? I will not talk about political situations here, but there's a certain Gemini who used to be a president, who he's about to get some comeuppance, right? 4 of Pentacles is talking about you trying to keep your money, and for whatever reason that is gotta go, right? So there are 2 situations happening here. Spirit wants me to be clear. Okay, the lessons that are being learned are going both ways, Gemini. Okay, who you know who you are. Which way is this lesson falling? Are you celebrating a win or a victory, or are you being punished? And it's a great lesson because you're looking back, you're like, damn, Whether you're looking back to say, damn, I shouldn't have did that, I messed up, or you're like, oh, I should have moved different. It doesn't matter. You're learning a lesson. Because understand this, not everyone came here to be good. Not everyone came here to be good. And it's unfortunate, but yin and yang. Not everyone came here to be good. And I know, don't come at me, be like, that's not what, but it's just a quick way for people to understand. Come see, come saw. Black or white, right? Good or bad, right? Whatever you take, because I know I do not ever see black, the inclusion of everything is bad, right? You could say the absence of color. Anyways, that's a whole spiritual conversation you and me would have to have in person, right? But that's what I'm getting here. And the chariot is coming through, let you know this is happening and it's happening fast. We ain't running from this. All right? We are not, there is no running from this. This is happening and it is happening fast. March is coming in and boom. And you're like, whoa, that horse. So March may also really as a month fly by. So if you got to do what you got to do, make sure you handle business at work. Make sure you're paying attention. Anything, if you're working on a contract, if you're a part of a group, whatever it is, whatever it is. All right, so how did this pop out? Okay, I usually don't take reversals, but one of them's reverse and they're telling me to take it. So, clarifying soul star activation, right? Fulfilling a soul contract, remembering who you are, right? So the Eight of Cups, yeah, you're walking away from something that no longer serves you, or you're being made to walk away from something that no longer serves you, right? Either way, this is happening, okay? You're walking away. Or someone is leaving, Spirit just said, or someone's leaving. All right, so the Seven of Wands comes out reversed. And in this deck, this is usually you trying to go at it with somebody, with all these other people. I feel like with it coming out reversed, it's telling me that you are literally, you're like, I ain't fighting with nobody. Yeah, I'm not fighting with no one. Nope. Right? You're taking, that's the stance you're taking. You're like, I'm not fighting with absolutely no one. Like, no, what for? Right? If you're not a decision maker, you're like, I'm not fighting with decision makers. What do you want to do? That's what you're doing. Okay, right? Because you recognize fighting isn't going to get you anywhere, Gemini. Right? And that's a part of your awakening too. It's recognizing I don't have to fight. I don't have to fight. Why am I fighting? Why am I fighting this? I don't have to fight this. I don't have to fight. No, this does not need to be a fight. Right? We have the Knight of Pentacles that comes out now. Right? So whatever this is, it's been slowly coming towards you, Gemini. And I feel like if this, just when you think you found the sauce. Anyway, so this Knight of Pentacles is coming out, Gemini, to say to you something that you've been working diligently on is coming to fruition, right? And it just, if you look at this angel is bringing you a pentacle or two, right? If you see the shadow of the pentacles. So this is something that you're gaining by walking away or having someone leave, right? Your current job environment, and by also saying, I'm not fighting this, like I'm not like, it's like you're saying to management, what do you want to do? Is this what you want to do? Okay, I'm not fighting this. This is not a fight, right? I told you where I stood. You understood, if you're making these changes, that we're going to have to figure out a way to compensate these changes. But all right, let's do it, right? The Ten of Swords, it's an end of a cycle. Spirit already said it. This for me is doubling down on that. This is the end of a cycle, right? There are 10 swords physically in this person's back. This for me is the giving death card. It's giving rebirth. It's giving this is the end, right? Numerology 10 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. It's starting over. This cycle is done with. The new you, there's a new you in town, and with this new you, it comes through with that very much boss energy, right? This is a looking at this Knight of Pentacles, it's very much giving me in charge, assured, right? I know who I am. So the old energy is leaving, right? Because it cannot survive. It can't stay. It can't. All right, Three of Wands, Earth Star activation. Yes, a choice has been made. And this choice, you're looking at it proudly, Gemini. Whatever this choice is, you've accepted the consequences. You have accepted, right, what has happened. The Death card comes out. Yes, exactly. Spirit is saying, yes, this is an end of one situation. They said just a one quatrain. Oh my God, what is that in reference to? I think that's in reference to the Mayan calendar. So the last quatrain has ended, and now this new quatrain is here. This new quatrain where you are making choices, right? Making choices, right? It's the end of a cycle. You're no longer doing the thing that would get you where you were yesterday, because you're like, that did not work. It didn't work. You're looking at the lesson and saying, Spirit, you're right. That didn't work. That behavior didn't work. That mannerism didn't work. I want this for myself, so change. And people are looking at you like, oh, you're like, yeah, no, I said what I said. Change. And it's immediate. It's immediate because you said, your spiritual, the being within you said change. We're done. Learned. And because that, the body, the physical, has to do what the spirit is telling it to do. Right? So yes, when people move shady, that's an unholy being. Period. That spirit ain't nice. Okay? So that's why there are two lessons being learned. Dharma and karma is being played out in the Gemini collective. Where do you stand? Know who you are. Claim and call in what is yours and release what no longer works. All right, Seven of Pentacles, a harvest, a reward, right? You're being rewarded for this change. You've been putting in the work, right? So for some of you Geminis, you've been putting in this work. You've been actually in this time of change, and that's why in the beginning, go back, I said, right, it's the final thing. This lesson has been learned, period, right? So this is where this cultivation of the new you is finally here. This slow change has happened. The new you is here. The upgraded you is here. This activated you is here. This presence is here. Yeah. We have the Six of Cups. We do have familiar energy coming in. And I'm not getting this as a negative familiar energy. So this change, right, may have been back to a disposition you possessed when you were younger, right? This change may also be generational, familial, right? So whatever the changes, the spiritual changes will be reverberated within the lineage, within your current, right? lineage, and then the lineage of your family, of your line going forward is what I'm getting. This change is monumental, and it's not just affecting you, it's affecting your lineage. Yes, it is. There's a lot of ends in March. There's a lot of completions in March. All right. Oh, Spirit, we are not going over 40 minutes. Please. This is a long one. No, but some good cards. Just one. You said one more, Lord. You said one. Thank you. Like you said one more. Just make it one. So we have coming out to clarify Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. We have the lovers. Sorry, the Two of Cups. Ooh, Gemini. The lovers are in here. I haven't seen. You have the Two of Cups. So this is a union. This is a partnership. Going into partnership with others, starting something. All right, I have to throw it out there. Could be you, Gemini, meeting someone, potentially meeting someone through work. But this is an intimate partnership. Look at how he is holding her, pulling her into his embrace, right? They are companions, and this is a union that is divinely being guided, right? If this is a relationship that comes through, this relationship can drastically change everything for you, right? 10 of Wands, yet again, another cycle being completed. You are done, right? You're carrying these. It's not burdensome, but you're at that finish line and you're carrying it over the finish line, right? 9 of Wands, you can rest. You can rest, right? 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. And I think Chiron is dancing in Gemini right now. We have to check, right? But you're like, it's your defenses, you're throwing away the defenses, you're losing all the burdens. You are 7 of Cups, you have options being given to you, being presented to you, right? You're sitting down and you're taking your time. I'm getting a little bit of temperance energy here, where you're taking your time to make sure you're making the right decision for you at this time, this juncture in your life, right? And also Hanged Man, right? You're looking at things now from a new perspective. Like I said, you're not looking, if it was upright, you're not looking at it from the same old, right? No, you are taking on a new perspective on your career, on who you are and what you want and where this needs to go. All right, let's clarify. Let's do some final messages. Not clarify, final messages for Gemini. Final messages for Gemini. All right, these are the archetype cards. All right, the first one that came out is Hero or Heroine. Light attributes: passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow attribute: escapism and false sense of heroism. Right? Remember, we said that it's either gonna be a wow or a wow, right? So the hero heroine is coming out, right, to say to you, Gemini, what are you? Who are you? What are you looking for, right? Because I feel like for most of you, right, this journey that is coming to an end, this journey of passion and personal empowerment, is what is moving you into your new vibration. Addict. Light attributes help you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So Gemini, what I'm getting with this is, right, you've learned the lessons, you've learned the hangman came out and say, like, things from a different perspective. So you now know what you like, what you don't like. You now know what is not good for you. You're choosing to do the other thing, right? You're choosing to do the other thing. For most of you, you're not compromising your integrity. For some of you, you may be doing something strange for a little change, but you're going to learn this lesson whether or not you're willing to willingly learn it, or involuntarily learn, is what Spirit is saying. Virgin, light attributes, maintains symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Shadow attributes, fear of intimate unions, right? So I did say here that we have Two of Cups, and I called out the Lovers. This could very much be from a lot of you Geminis out there, a partnership coming through work, an intimate union with someone coming through work, and this intimate union is what's also gonna cause a change in your career, in your professional life, right? Your professional and personal life become one, and that shit just boost it up. Like you get a boop, quick boost, right? Rebel, light attributes, challenges authority to the effect of social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow attributes, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. This speaks very much clearly to someone right now who should not try to be running for president. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But if you're rebelling, Gemini, you're doing so because you're like, the greater good needs to be why we're doing this. Right? I'm doing this for the greater good. I'm not doing this just to be different. I'm not doing this just to be to stand out. I'm doing this because I truly believe that this situation right here is crazy and it needs to be different ASAP. We need to do better. Right? I need to do better. Gemini, whatever this is for you in your career in March, it's a change. It's a spiritual change that will come through physically, right? Release and go with the flow. Listen to your guides. They will be coming through, speaking through you highly, clearly. All right? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know. Comment. All right? Press the notification button so that you can get notified when I post. All right? Asheo.